Hello everyone, and welcome to Divine Debut. This is Kathy speaking. Thank you so much for joining me here. Let's add some light to our lives, shall we? Okay, today is the 16th of November, and in 3 days we've got a lunar eclipse, which is a full moon happening in the sign of Taurus. I'm doing a tarot spread. I'm taking a few cards for each individual sign, starting off with Taurus. Okay, these tarot cards, this message will be relevant with the astrology for sun signs and rising signs. So when I'm looking at Taurus, when I'm reading Taurus, it will be relating to the areas of life that this eclipse will be affecting them astrologically. We know that the full moon will be in Taurus, but right opposite will be the sun. Therefore, you know, the house right opposite is the house of other people. So I'll be referencing in which areas this eclipse will be playing out for each individual sign. As I said, do look into your rising sign and your sun sign. Okay, so if you're a different rising sign from a sun sign, if there is a difference, let's say you're a Taurus sun, let's say, and an Aries rising, you should watch both. Okay, all right. I will be taking a Karma Dharma card, and I'm going through each individual sign. You will have timestamps beneath this video. So thank you for joining me. Okay, those of you that are on Patreon or are interested in Patreon and what's going there, do stick around till the end of the reading, where I've got some things to tell you, okay? All right. So a lunar eclipse is an ending, it's a culmination. It's something that has completed, something that will be shown to us. We know eclipses are very amplified. They're very emotional. A lunar eclipse is more internal. It's more, goes inwards. It's emotional. So what's going on? How are we feeling emotional as something is ending, completing, right, in the sign of Taurus, where the moon likes to be. But it's an eclipse, everyone. So what's being eclipsed from our lives? Taurus. Let's start off with Taurus, as Taurus is in the limelight. This is all about you, dear Taurus. Very important for Taurus and Scorpio, because they're right across, right in opposition. It is Scorpio season. Sun's moving through Scorpio. And of course this eclipse will also put Leo and Aquarius also in the spotlight. Wow, so thank you, dear Spirit. That was quick. Okay, so we've got the Seven of Cups, the Moon, and the Six of Cups, as well as the Four of Cups. Lots of emotions, lots and lots of emotions. We've got the Moon card, very emotional, very deep for Taurian people. Now for Taurus, this eclipse is happening on the axis, their life, their personal life, and in opposition to other people. So relationships of all sorts, not only romantic, it's also work, and it's also a family. It's people that Taurus deals with. Okay, so something is ending. The Four of Cups is a general energy for me, dear Taurus. Does speak to some of you in a family situation. Emotionally, you're not happy. It's as though you've checked out. Seven of Cups does speak to, and some of you may be drinking a little bit more than usual. Seven of Cups does speak to me of some sort of an illusion or confusion or some sort of dreamlike energy, something maybe that you've been dreaming of. And if you notice here, we've got the Ace of Cups and the 6 in the water, which we've got the 6 of Cups there. So this is related to a soulmate connection. This is related, for some of you that are a bit older, more mature, to your children. We've got the Moon card here, which can speak to mother issues, fears, deception, also matters of home. So emotionally speaking, it's as though you've checked out, as I said, but you know, this could also speak to mischances, a mischance coming back from the past. This eclipse will be relating back to 2002. So what was going on for you back then in 2002, dear Taurus? Because this eclipse is coming back to the same position that it was in 2002. So there has been some sort of connection with this eclipse and the past, a soulmate connection, someone from your past, your relationship with someone from your past. Okay, and I feel as though there's been a lot of missing information, a lot of unknown matters here that have sort of kept you in a bit of a rut, not being able to move. And I feel a lot of solitude from Taurus. I feel a fair bit of loneliness here. So we've got strong water energies, a lot of water here, a lot of water, which logically, yes, it could be Cancer, it could be Pisces, could be Scorpio, which is your relationship house, other people in your life, dear Taurus. But I do see here with the 6 of Cups that you are very nostalgic about the past, sort of like in a dreamlike energy, how things used to be. Something will be shown to you. Remember, the moon does speak to our subconscious. Pay attention to your dreams. There may have been mischances that could be coming back to balance out. The Karma Dharma is the Tower. What's this Tower? What's this awakening? What's this major shift about? Because something is happening. Something is changing here. And we've got Temperance. Temperance does speak to trying to find healing, or there's something to do with your beliefs here. Something in relation to your beliefs. It could be someone, it could be a connection that could be at a physical distance. You may be separated by water. We've got a lot of water. Either the separation, there's been a breakup and you're nostalgic, or there's an awakening here. This could also speak to divine timing, where Jupiter is sort of bringing a sense of justice back to you and a sense of balance and harmony. Remember, it's all happening in divine timing, and this awakening that you're going through right now, or the information that you're going to see, the clarity, because of the moon does speak to a lack of clarity. Okay, the moon is very dark. Now the moon is going to be lit up. And the sun is moving through Scorpio, which means secrets will come to the surface. There will be some sort of a truth that will be revealed here. And some of you have been happy in maybe even in a marriage. There's been deception. There's been a lack of emotion, I would say, because your heart is elsewhere. And maybe the timing is now, the shift, this very powerful shift. And remember, this lunar eclipse isn't going to be an easy one. But there are going to be some good surprises as Uranus is trining over to Venus, which is your ruling planet, dear Taurus. Okay, so there could be a beautiful surprise that comes through, or you're doing something totally unexpected that people do not expect. You're going for what it is that you desire, what it is that you love, and who it is that you love. Okay, so that's what it's all about. I feel it's all about relationships. Okay, relationship to do with the past. The moon does speak to the past as well. All right, dear Taurus, I'm wishing you well. Hello, dear Gemini, and welcome, dear Gemini. Okay, what's going on with this lunar eclipse? Dear Gemini, this eclipse will be playing out for you in your daily life, okay, in your area of health, your routine, as well as your subconscious, matters to do with karma, the past, a sense of feeling imprisoned in a situation. Okay, this could also, because we know lunar eclipses are all about our emotions running wild, right? Something is ending for you, something that relates to a karmic chapter closing up for you. This could be happening very privately for you as well. Many people may not know about this. Pay attention to your dreams as well. Wow, Four of Cups. Well, Taurus just had this, so some of you may be on the cusp with Taurus. We've got the Four of Cups, the Eight of Wands, which are love messages, and we've got rebirth. There's a sense of a bit of a crisis here. The rebirth is judgment. And the Six of Cups, so many similarities. Gemini also had the Six of Cups. Let's see what your karma dharma holds. Four of Cups shows a lack of happiness for me. This could speak to missed chances. It's as though some of you have got issues where your foundation is concerned, where your happiness lies. Eight of Wands does speak to, after inaction here, we can see this person is just lazing around, okay, maybe even thinking of past happy times. And the Six of Cups does speak to a soulmate connection, can also speak to your children for some of you. There is a moment of crisis here with a rebirth. Oh my God, I mean, Taurus had the same card. A major shift, a major awakening. Okay, this is a critical moment for you. And we've got the Lovers. Gemini, this is you. You are not happy where you are. Obviously, in a home, you're probably fantasizing and looking back to a relationship, maybe even a secretive relationship. Maybe you're hoping for a second chance. We've got Cupid's love arrows here with the Eight of Wands. These are messages that come from a distance. And remember, the area where this lunar eclipse is happening, it's got to do with clandestine connections as well. Secretive connections, relationships. Some of you have felt imprisoned. It's either you or the person you're dealing with have felt imprisoned. Now, maybe someone had choices. Maybe someone made the wrong choice here. And there's a judgment here. Someone's hoping for help from Spirit. Maybe even to make a decision, a very important decision here, because the Lovers does speak to a very powerful connection. For some of you, maybe some of you chose your children above your happiness. Okay, now this may have also have affected your health, emotionally, physically. Okay, but there's a rebirth here. I do see you haven't been living. There's been no happiness here, and you're hoping for help from Spirit. Spirit is coming through, giving you second chances, dear Gemini. So there's going to be an epiphany for you. Now, what's interesting is that Uranus is also trining over to Venus. So Uranus in Taurus, so from your 12th house, which, you know, 12th house is a very quiet house, but it's also, there's a lot of tension and nervousness. Some of you haven't been sleeping well. Okay, so Uranus is actually trining over to Venus. So this could be a shocking revelation or an event or news coming through, messages coming through that give you a second chance, a sense of life, like an awakening, you're rebirthed at this time, dear Gemini. You're coming into some balance and harmony. All right, so interesting. These are Cupid's love messages, and they could come through social media. They could be secret messages as well. Something is ending. Something is ending, culminating. Maybe you're ending some karmic situation. After an ending, obviously, there's space to fill that void or to start something new. We do have a fair bit of water. We've got strong Scorpio. We've got some fire here. We've got Mars. Mars, which rules Scorpio as well as Aries. So I don't know how this speaks to you personally, but they're the signs as well as Gemini, and you're Gemini, obviously. So that would be your energy more than likely. Okay, so get ready. Get ready, dear Gemini. Hello, dear Cancer. How are you all? Let's see what's going on with this lunar eclipse in Taurus. Dear Cancer, for you, this is in relation to groups and associations, your networks, your children, what it is that you're wanting to create. It also is connected to matters of fun, flirtation, and romance. So we've got the Five of Wands. That Six of Cups keeps showing up for all signs. For all signs, which is a soulmate connection. There's conflict. There's an imbalance concerning your happiness here. It could be related to your children and to a partner here. The King of Cups is Scorpio usually. Right? Could be any other water sign, I suppose. And we've got the Star card, which is a wish fulfillment. So there's a bit of conflict here with the Five of Wands, or a lot of disagreements within a family situation, a group. Remember, the full moon is happening in your 11th house of wishes and dreams, and you've got the Star card. That's a very positive omen for me. King of Cups is someone that's ready and open for love. Okay, and this could be someone from the past. Someone that may be trying to come back to your life. Six of Cups to speak to nostalgia. Looking back at those times when there was more love, more balance, more emotional giving and receiving. I mean, the King of Cups could be someone that's maybe either from your past or reminds you of someone of the past, or you've known this person. Maybe you had a friendship or maybe even competitive energies in the past. But the King of Cups usually is very open to love, very nurturing and very giving. That could be a wish fulfillment. Now, you've got the Wheel of Fortune as your karma dharma on this lunar eclipse. And the Wheel of Fortune can speak to fated changes working out in your favor. Now, Uranus also, which is in your 11th house of your networks, your social groups, your friendships, is in beautiful trine to Venus in Capricorn. So there could be sudden revelations, sudden surprises concerning matters of love, or, good things coming in unexpectedly concerning things that you love, people that you love. There are fated changes here which are bringing you a sense of romance, balance, harmony, after some confusion or misunderstandings, maybe even a fight, an argument in the past. Remember, lunar eclipses are very much about our emotional self. They're more internal. So some of you may also be feeling childlike. I do see someone's offering you their cup here, and this could also be someone that could be at a physical distance to you. Because the star says something is a wish fulfillment, could be at a physical distance. Could be someone that's at a physical distance, or just comes from a different culture, different background. Okay, whatever this is, whatever you've been working on, maybe even trying to create, maybe even in a group effort, you're coming into balance. This is beautiful. Cancer, this is absolutely beautiful for you. I love it for you. I'm wishing you well. Hello, Leo. Leo and Leo rising, how are you? Let's see what's going on with this lunar eclipse in the sign of, I should say, in Taurus, but on the axis with Taurus and Scorpio. Now, Leo, you are a fixed sign, so this eclipse will have you you're in a position of challenge where changes need to happen. Okay, now this is affecting you in your home and in your career. So matters of the past and your goals, aspirations, your life out there in the world. What's going on for Leo on this lunar eclipse, please, Spirit? Leo. We have the Seven of Pentacles, so something that you've been working on, investing in. Feels as though you're a bit stuck here with the Seven of Pentacles. You've been working really hard. Now we've got the Princess of Cups, which is the Page of Cups, and this is Piscean energy. There could be an offer that comes through unexpectedly. Could be a childlike offer, or could be something that one of your children is offering you, is bringing to you. Now the Princess of Cups could also be an apology, and we've got the Princess of Wands. So a lot of youthful, juvenile energies here. And we have the Lord. So the Lord, who is the Emperor in the Druidcraft Tarot deck. Look at the Lord and look at you. Some of you are needing to take a stance, a position, hold your position of power. Others of you could be dealing with someone that is in a position of power. This could be a boss, this could be a husband. Some of you are feeling stuck between who's in charge here. If there's someone in charge, whether it's work, family, or love. Okay, this has got a lot to do with your home and your career. So what is it that you're hoping to accomplish here? You are in a bit of a challenge with this lunar eclipse. Something is culminating for you, and it's culminating in your area of career. Now, I don't know if this is a boss that you cannot deal with anymore. Someone maybe who's been even promising you a promotion here. Maybe that promotion hasn't been coming around quick enough. Oh my God, there's the Emperor again. And the Emperor in this deck here, which is the Karma Dharma, you've got the Emperor, and this speaks to Aquarian energy for me. So it doesn't have to be, it could be an Aries, could be a Taurus, could be any other sign, I suppose. But this is logically how I see the Emperor in this deck. He looks like Father Christmas. So something, maybe a gift or something, an offer that's been promised that you've been waiting for forever. I do feel because you are challenged by these eclipses, you're in a position of challenge. There's a choice that you're needing to make, maybe, of whether you stay and, let someone else take leadership in your life. And as I said, someone having the power in their hands, because we know the Lord, the Emperor, is someone powerful. I feel that there's a bit of a clash here, and it's got to do with your home and with your career, with your goals. If you're up against someone that's been promising you something and you haven't received it yet, the Page of Wands does speak to someone taking a leap of faith, wanting to go on that journey. So I don't know why, but I feel as though some of you are feeling stuck. You're feeling stuck. It's as though you're headbutting with another person. Could be someone who is an elder or a boss. And I feel as though Leo's sort of had enough. Leo's had enough, and you're going to take a risk. You're moving towards a different direction. That could be a change of work, a change of residence. It is going to be a very emotional time, but also a very passionate time for you. Now, some of you could be dealing with two different emperors, two different people. Two different people where someone maybe does not show. It's as though they're two opposites of the spectrum, two opposites. So this emperor here shows up as very passionate, very fiery, very aggressive. This one here looks very cold and aloof, but he's wearing, see, he looks cold and detached, but he's wearing that red Santa Claus suit, which says to me he's got good intentions. So I don't know why I'm getting that you need to make a choice. Now, the choice for others of you could be that you are, as I said, headbutting with someone that is above you or in a position of power above you, and it looks like you're up against, you know, competitive energies. I feel as though you are being challenged to take the position of leadership, whatever that says for you, whatever that means for you. I just want to take one card on the Page of Wands. And we've got the King of Swords, which I spoke of before. King of Swords is Aquarian energy. Now, this could be someone that works, someone that's very intelligent, someone that works in a legal firm, someone that shows up as detached, but deep down they've got emotions, they've got, you know, that happy side to them, let's say, that playful side, which Leo also holds. So if this is a love relationship, I do feel here that there's more match here on this side. And some of you could also be taking on the energy of the King of Swords and cutting away with anyone who's been too demanding, too much using their power in not a positive way towards you, because I do feel there will be changes here for you. So there's youthful, sort of youthful energy. Some of you have felt as though you've maybe even, and this is for a few of you, had to take the position of power for too long, too much responsibility. Some of you are just wanting to have more fun. Okay, there's been just too much serious stuff going on in your life, too much happening. Some of you are just wanting to let go, let your hair down. And I feel as though you're giving up on something and sort of going more for what it is that makes you feel good, that makes you feel as though you can have some fun and not take things so seriously. All right, so that's what I feel is going on here. Quite a few messages here for you, Leo. I am wishing you well. Thank you so much. Hello, Virgo. How are you? Let's see what's going on with this lunar eclipse in the sign of Taurus. So this lunar eclipse is happening on the axis Taurus and Scorpio. For you, dear Virgo, this is your 9th house. So your 9th house of your beliefs, your truth, foreign cultures, higher education, your philosophies, spirituality, maybe even teachers, maybe even long distance travel, and also in the 3rd house, which is the area of siblings, people close to your environment, your relatives, uncles, aunts, and communication, learning and teaching for Virgo. Let's see what's going on with this eclipse, Virgo. We have the 6 of Swords. This could be potential traveling towards some place that you feel very passionate about. Ace of Wands does speak to being able to create something, and we've got the 5 of Swords. Oh my God, it's like taking 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Let's take one more on this 5 of Swords, because this is conflict. And I feel as though some of you are wanting to take this action, but you're feeling as though you're going to get burnt. Or you're waiting on some clarity, some light, some information that could be someone is conflicted about sharing with you. And we've got the 2 of Wands. So maybe you could be, this could also relate to timing. Maybe the timing is not right, or maybe someone has a choice between two. 2 of Wands does speak to a portal where You're making a choice, maybe leaving something that's burnt, something that's burnt out, a flame, a desire of yours that's either fizzled out. And you know, the Five of Swords can also speak to too many people in the picture where there's competitive energies. You've got the King of Wands here, so Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, I should say Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries. It could be someone that's a foreigner, if it's Sagittarian energy. We are talking about the 9th house and the 3rd house. This could also be someone that's teaching you through harsh lessons. Let's see what the Karma Dharma is. Some of you may be also conflicted about partnering up with someone else that's equally as creative as you. Okay, and this is a difficult choice. Someone's on the fence about a decision like this. And we've got, wow, we've got Judgment. Judgment is Scorpio. Okay, this is second chances for me. It's also a critical moment where someone's needing to make a very critical decision concerning their desires, concerning physical travel, and what it is that they desire and what they're passionate about. It's got a lot to do with information, your philosophies, your truth, someone's truth, if not your truth. Okay, some of you could be on the fence as well in relation to higher education. So you may be considering maybe even traveling to a place where you can continue sort of educate yourself further on something that's very challenging, but something also that feels as though your life will have new meaning. Okay, and you desire this very much. Or again, we could be talking about a love relationship. 9th house could be we could be talking about a foreigner, someone who's physically at a distance. There could be conflict about that, or you know, how to be able to move, to travel. Okay, and this is a difficult decision, obviously. What's more important, the logic of Virgo or the passion? I feel that there's competitive energies there. And remember, Two of Wands also speaks to being ready to go on that journey. It's the Sagittarian energy, getting ready to go on that voyage. But there's conflict surrounding it. You may be needing to settle something before you can transition to calmer waters, dear Virgo. It's all in relation to a decision, whether it's you making a decision or the other person. This King of Wands, whoever this is. All right, dear Virgo. And I'm going to say it could also be a Scorpio person, because we've got Pluto here, and I do see the King of Wands many times as a Scorpio, because Scorpio is very passionate, they're very deep where their desires are concerned. And that could also be that someone is not communicating about needing to make a decision. Maybe you don't know. If you're dealing with a Scorpio person, they're very, very dark, very mysterious. Okay, dear Virgo, I will leave it there. Thank you so much. Wishing you well. Hello, dear Libra, and welcome. Let's see what's going on with this lunar eclipse, dear Libra, as this lunar eclipse is taking place in your 8th house of death, transformation, money coming through from other sources, from other people, and also, since the moon is transiting through Taurus, your 8th house, then Scorpio is in opposition in your 2nd house. So this has got a lot to do with your values, with things that you love, with your money. What is it that you own? What do you have that makes you feel secure financially? Let's see, because there is a major change going on with this eclipse, a culmination happening in your 8th house of money also coming through from other people. So we've got the Two of Wands for Libra, we've got the Prince of Swords, so the Knight of Swords, and we've got the Devil. The Devil, my goodness. Let's take one more. And we've got the Seven of Swords. There is some stealth going on here. Something is Something is binding you. You're feeling bound here by something. Is it in relation to a choice? I don't know if... I mean, the 8th house does speak to endings and new beginnings, but it also speaks to my partner's money. Some of you are on the fence. If you are connected and attracted with someone that you desire very much to be with, because we know that the devil does speak to, it speaks to a desire to connect with someone, because this could be a secretive relationship or fears connected to a very deep connection here. Could be an Aquarian individual that you're dealing with. We've got Aquarius and Capricorn, both ruled by Saturn. So I don't know, I feel that there's a sense of there's fear, but there's also excitement here. Now it just feels thrilling. I don't know, something is thrilling for you. It's as though you're wanting to take a risk. It's as though you're wanting to play with fire. You're feeling very much about taking a risk. The 3 of Pentacles here can speak to this situation happening around work. 3 of Pentacles can also speak to a love triangle. Let's see what the Karma Dharma is for you. And we've got the moon. Oh my goodness. And the moon does speak to home. Again, fears. Fears of deception. Some of you may be fearing that someone's done the dirty on you. Because the Prince of Swords, he's showing he's ready to pierce with that sword. And that speaks to challenges. It speaks to difficulties. He's either going to outsmart some sort of limiting energy here. He's either beating fear through courage and through change, through intelligence. He's outsmarting his fears, wanting to take a risk, maybe even 7 of Swords, stealth, doing something in broad daylight. There's been a lot of thought that's gone into this. As I said, those of you that are dealing with someone that's very mysterious and sort of gives you that thrill, some of you are wanting to take a risk. And remember that nights are always about taking action. So, and I'm not reading reversals. So there's a difficult choice. There is a portal that's opening for you. 2 of Wands is someone that's ready to go on a journey, on an adventure, ready to explore. And with the moon card, which the moon does speak again to secrecy, to deception, to fears. Some of you maybe have been dreaming about going on an adventure, taking a risk, doing something very unexpected, very something that people don't expect of you. And that could also speak to, this risk could also speak to business, because the devil is Capricorn. It can speak to Capricorn is hard work. It's also a maturing process. Some of you could also be making a choice and taking a risk and leaving someone maybe that's either deceived you, someone that has maybe you felt secure financially, but there was no intimacy here. No intimacy because of secrecy, because of a hidden connection here. Okay, something is going to be lit up. Remember that it's the 8th house where the light, the moon will receive the light of the sun coming from your 2nd house. As I said, this is your access of money. This is what you own and what your partner brings to the table, or what money come to you from external sources. So, but it's not only, the 8th house is not only your partner's money, it's the house of sex, it's the house of mysticism, skeletons in the closet, fears, sexuality. The 8th house rules sex. And with the Devil card here, there's a strong attraction here. As you can see, we've got a couple and we've got a third person here. Do take care for some of you, because if this is a secret connection, I do see with the Prince of Swords that whoever's been deceiving, someone can figure this out, which is going to put you in a position to have to make a choice here. Okay, so that's what I have for you, dear Libra. I do hope that this resonates for you. Ta-da. Hello, dear Scorpio. And let's see what's going on for you with this lunar eclipse, this full moon that's happening in your house of partnerships, dear Scorpio. So your relationships to others, what's going on? We've got the 5 of Pentacles, the 9 of Cups. So something is ending, something is completing in your relationship house. Relationships don't have to be only romantic. They could also be family, people that you work with, partnerships, I mean. We've got the Prince of Swords as the general energy, so which does speak to communication, maybe harsh, legalities, information coming through that could be quite cutting. Remember, something is ending in your relationship house. Now, the 5 of Pentacles speaks to maybe a relationship that's not your perfect traditional relationship. There could be a big age difference. There could be differences in financial status, different religion, different beliefs. We do have the 9 of Cups, which the 9 of Cups can speak to a wish fulfillment, but it can also speak to someone drinking because of difficulties, drinking, or someone that feels very smug about a situation. A very emotional time, obviously, dear Scorpio. Scorpio, you do rule poisons, right? You do rule poison, so be careful. Do not drink too much around this this eclipse, this full moon. Ace of Swords does speak to clarity, it does speak to success. So something to do with information and truths that will bring you maybe a sense of wish fulfillment. Maybe there's been, if this is in relation to a very important connection, the 5 of Pentacles does speak to 2 people missing each other very much, feeling left out in the cold, maybe no communication in the past. There could be quick communication, sudden truths coming through, and this could be a success story. What's the Karma Dharma? And we've got Taurus, wow, which is where the eclipse is happening. Now, Taurus speaks to marriage, it speaks to religion, beliefs, faith. There is a second choice for some of you. The Hierophant always holds 2 keys, which speaks to choices. The 2 keys can also speak to, solutions that come through. What I get from the 5 of Pentacles here is that if this relationship was not your traditional relationship, but it's something that you desired, something that you wanted very much so. Remember, the Ace of Swords it's a new beginning. It's the potential to start something and speak your truth, right? Now, we know that the Hierophant can be very much about traditions, family, customs. You could be cutting traditions, doing things differently, being the maverick, breaking that mold, standing in your truth. And those of you that have been dealing with someone that did not really provide for you, someone did not nurture for you, someone was not there for you, you're doing something for yourself. This could also be a marriage, this could also be a commitment, a long-term relationship. that you could be cutting away from and having a new beginning. I mean, Ace of Swords does speak to you're standing in your truth. This is the sword of victory. So there's many changes happening for you. This doesn't have to be only a love relationship. It could just be two people that are feeling, they're not feeling it. There's a sense of detachment or a lack of balance and harmony. Could also be anything to do with a family member. This could be a fight, conflict, and using your sword of truth. All right, because this is all about you, dear Scorpio. This is you in opposition to people that you relate with. Now, for those of you, as I said, that this was a relationship where you're breaking the mold, you are standing in your truth, you are hoping for a long-term relationship. Okay, so maybe one person out there is even if you come from different religion, someone may be wanting to change their religion. Their beliefs are going through change and transformation at this point. Anyway, dear Scorpio, I am wishing you well. Thank you so much. Ta-da. Hello, dear Sagittarius. Thank you for joining me. Let's see what's going on with this lunar eclipse happening in the sign of Taurus, on the axis Taurus and Scorpio. Now for you, this is happening, this completion is happening in your 6th house. Wow. It's happening in your 6th house. So it's affecting you in your daily life, your routine, your house of health, your work, as well as, remember, your physical health and your emotional health, your psychological health. The sun is transiting through the 12th, which is, remember, the 12th house is the subconscious. It's also a very secretive house, so it will be shining the light on something practical for you. Now, Uranus is also in your 6th house, so your daily life has been stressed. You've been quite stressed. What's going on for you? Because the Two of Cups does speak to a love relationship. Could be around work or some form of a balancing out, a harmonizing of could be a work relationship and the ability to expand and grow. But if this is a love connection that's at a physical distance with the Three of Wands, this is why some of you are sort of checked out. The Four of Cups here speaks to I'm not happy. And it's interesting that the 2 3s here, 3 and a 3, you're not focusing on that Ace of Cups, which is behind you. This speaks to not being happy in your present situation. It's as though you're waiting on those ships to come through. I don't know if someone is at a physical distance to you. Let's take one more on that Four of Cups. And another 4, the Four of Wands. What's the general energy? And we've got the Three of Pentacles, which does speak to your work routine, daily. So something you're not happy about here, an agreement with work. Someone's not offering you what you've been hoping for. You've done the work and you've forever been waiting on a good offer, something that will provide you with security, but it doesn't seem to be coming in. So you seem very upset and unhappy with it, but the potential here with the Four of Wands says that you will be stable, you will find, you will celebrate some form of a foundation that you're building on right now. Okay, so this is something that you've been sort of emotionally waiting on. And it's interesting that we've got 6 cups here. For some of you, this could also be a love relationship. Someone maybe that you worked with. You're feeling as though you've been separated for some reason. I don't know if you're working for a corporation and maybe you've been separated. The Four of Wands speaks to celebration. It speaks to marriage. Let's see. Oh my God, there is the Hierophant. And this does speak to an institution, the constitution of marriage. Sagittarius. Now, the 12th house with this, which is Scorpio for you, the sun is moving through your 12th house. This can speak to the sun shining brightly on something that was quite hidden. Maybe it's right in front of you and you can't see it. But there's a lack of happiness here. But the potential is, we go from the 3 to the 4 of Wands. You have to keep the faith that whatever it is you're working on, is it a partnership? Is it you're missing someone that you've been working with, someone that you felt very stable, someone that felt like your own, someone that was like, and someone who potentially you wanted maybe even to commit to. So it could have been a work and love mix here. I do see the Hierophant as choices, resolutions. There's changes, yes, changes to your beliefs. The cards are saying, the Karma Dharma says that whatever is culminating in your 6th house, which is the house of Taurus, your daily routine, there's an ending of a difficult cycle, maybe, because Uranus is transiting your 6th. Now, Uranus is in a beautiful aspect to Venus, so there can be a surprise, something that you don't expect. Is it a prize of money? Is it something that, someone sort of values your efforts? There is some sort of a reward here for you, dear Sagittarius. So congratulations, I'm going to say. Those of you that are not happy where you are, this could also speak to a clandestine relationship. 2 3s we've got the marriage card, and someone's not happy. Some of you could be looking elsewhere, not happy in your marriage. You've got another choice. This could be a soulmate connection, someone that you've met through work, and you know the rest of the story. So I will leave it there, dear Sagittarius. I'm wishing you well, all the best, okay? Whatever's going on, don't let it affect your health, okay? Remember, a healthy mind leads to a healthy body, and the opposite. Don't let anything and anyone get you down. Talk to you soon. Hello, dear Capricorn. Thank you for joining me here. Let's see what's going on with this eclipse, the lunar eclipse in the sign of Taurus, on the axis Taurus, Scorpio. What's going on? We have the 8 of Pentacles and the 3 of Wands. So something related to work. Now, astrologically speaking, this is something that you're hoping to create. Something is completing, and it's got to do with groups and associations and your networks and the way you communicate. Something will be shown to you. It could be communication from other people. The High Priestess, that speaks to secrecy. Something will be shown to you. We go from the 8 of Pentacles to the 9 of Pentacles. So this has got a lot to do with what you do on, a daily basis. Well, it is the card of work. Even the Prince of Pentacles. We've got strong Virgo energies here, dear Capricorn, so you may be dealing with a Virgo. The High Priestess is Virgo and Pisces, which does speak to spirituality, does speak to someone who has a deep knowing. This can speak to working hard on something spiritual, maybe something that you've created as well. Maybe something that you've created. This could be a project of yours. I do get a sense of financial security here. Something that you've created. Now, the fifth house can also speak to matters of children. This can relate to one of your children as well. I mean, the Knight of Pentacles is sort of stuck energies. He's more strategizing and planning for the future, but he knows where he's heading. Now, it's got a lot to do with hard work, waiting for your ships to come in, hoping to expand. It could be on a spiritually based business, a business based in mysticism, which will give you a sense of prosperity and financial strength, where you're standing very strong. You've got everything that your heart desires here. Now, some of you could be working on your own, or you've completed something on your own. You may be thinking of moving towards now, because you are very independent. It does show great independence. I don't know if you're needing help, asking for help from others, bringing more people on board. We've got the Death card, and the Death card is Scorpio. This does speak to money coming through from other sources, from other people. Scorpio does speak to an ending, though. It speaks to a change, a death, and a transformation connected to what you're hoping to create. Remember, what is in your heart. The 5th house also has got to do with flirtation, fun, romance. Some of you maybe are putting work now on the back burner and you're getting ready. You're wanting to get out there. Maybe some of you have met someone through social media. Okay, it could be someone that's at a physical distance to you. Maybe even someone that you sort of connected to spiritually. Could be someone that's into tarot reading, astrology, etc., etc. And you could be at a physical distance. Maybe you're needing to travel. Maybe you're looking at your paths, where you've been, where you're at, and where you're going. Okay, so it looks like there's a great chance of transformation. Remember, Pluto's also moving through your own sign. So that's interesting. Something will be shown to you through your networks. Something will be shown to you through your networks. And this could also be someone, this could also be some sort of a wish fulfillment, something that you've been hoping for a long time. And this could be a very deep connection. Not only is it a physical connection, it could also be a spiritual connection. So some of you are strategizing and planning for the future. And you're trusting in your higher self. Okay, so there's Scorpio. We've got Scorpio, Pisces, strong Virgo, strong Earth, generally speaking. All right, dear Capricorn, I am wishing you well. I do hope it all works out for you. Ta-da. Hello, dear Aquarius. How are you all? Let's see what's going on with this Taurus full moon lunar eclipse that's happening. Okay, for you, dear Aquarius, I mean, we know that Taurus is a fixed sign, and so are you. So you are challenged by this this full moon. Your challenges, something is ending and completing in your 4th house, in your area of home, your family, matters to do with the past, where you actually live, and your career. So the pressure is on your family, your place of residence, and your career, your goals, aspirations, and your life out there in the world. So what's going on for Aquarius, dear Spirit? Aquarius, we've got the King of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, 4 of Pentacles, holding on to something, feeling like the miser. This card is just screaming, take me, and we've got the 9 of Swords. So a lot of worry about transitioning. Some of you are very stuck. You're very comfortable in a situation here with the King of Pentacles, or you're someone who's in a position of power. Maybe you've got your own business. The challenges could be coming from your home, your family. Some of you may be too focused on business at this time, and the challenges are coming from home. Now, we've got the Hermit here, so you could be dealing with a Virgo as well. Lots of worries about, I don't know why, but I feel here that someone is, because the Hermit is, someone's been seeking the answers, seeking the wisdom, looking for information. We've got a couple of 9s here. 9s speak to endings. 4 of Pentacles, feeling the miser, matters to do with your home, with your financial security as well. You are coming from the 5 of Swords, which means you're coming from conflict. You felt the miser, maybe because of a lack of finances. You're so used to being comfortable financially. Maybe you're feeling uncomfortable at this time. Or some of you have been working and are working very hard, maybe even focusing more on career than at home. As I said, that could be affecting your home. That could be affecting your health and your sleep. The Hermit is someone that's in their cave and they're just working really hard. Remember, Virgo is all about service. Now, the Hermit could also be a doctor, could be a physician. Luckily, saved by the bell, you've got the Sun, dear Aquarius. Now, the Sun is Leo, and this speaks to the people opposite you. So your relationships, dear Aquarius, I'm just wondering, because the Sun is a very positive card, it does speak to healing. It does speak to childlike energies as well. Leo does speak to the heart. Now, if you've been in a situation where you're focusing more on business, not so much on family, you're not investing so much there, someone could be sort of, I don't know why, but I feel as though you may be dealing with someone that's threatening, let's say, or telling you that they're not happy. They're feeling the miser because you've been too focused on business or on your money, or I do see that ahead of you. I mean, the Six of Swords can be physical travel, but it's like there's blockages there. Someone's wanting to move away from conflict and find their serenity, but worry is holding them back. Maybe there's information missing. That's why we've got the Hermit here. But the Sun will bring the clarity. Remember, this is happening in your career. This is affecting your home and your career. So matters to do with the past and also matters to do with career. So how you emotionally feel within your home, within a family, within your private life, and it's in opposition to your career, your goals and your aspirations. And opposition means it's as though you need to make a choice. Where is your heart, dear Aquarius? Where is your heart? Because you're showing up as the Hermit here. And I don't see any cups here other than the Sun here, which the Sun can speak to ego as well. It can speak to healing. The Sun speaks to my health, my vitality. If those of you that have been suffering with health problems, there will be healing here. Healing anxiety. You're in transition mode. It looks like some of you are fixed here. Maybe transitioning or movement, physical movement, emotional movement doesn't come easy for you. Let me just take a peek beneath the Hermit, and we've got the Four of Wands. So you've been the Hermit. If you have been in a marriage, someone's checked out. I mean, someone's looking for the answers here. The Hermit could also be a detective. Now, if there's any fear of thinking there could be something else where there's no sharing, there's no caring, so there could be external factors. Remember that the Six of Swords comes after the Five. Five of Swords could speak to conflict, competitive energies. Someone's up at night not sleeping. Now, it's either you doing this or your partner. And it's taking a toll on, of course, your foundation and your goals. So, dear Aquarius, I do see, even though this is hard, I mean, that's 15 swords. 15 does add up to a 6, and that's the Lovers. So maybe decisions about transitioning, physical movement. Someone could be physically ready, getting ready to move away. Remember, after the Hermit, we've got the 10, which is the Wheel of Fate. The Wheel of Fate will turn, will change, will bring an ending. The Wheel of Fate, which is the karmic wheel. But you're maybe too much in your head, not enough in your heart, or the other way around. Anyway, that's what I see, and this can also be money. Hassles with money. You could have created something. You've hoped to win over your competitors. You felt as though You've invested in something, you've been soul searching, looking for the answers, doing all that work. There's still a lot of worry. All will be well with the Sun card here though. Remember, the Sun is Leo, and whatever you create from your heart will give you the prosperity. Leo is generosity. Or there could be a Leo person that comes into your life that will be the Sun for you. That could be a new relationship. That could be a friendship, could be another person, generally speaking. Because remember that Aquarius, Leo is in opposition to you. The generosity could be coming from others. Someone who's in a position of power, able to help you if you're going through financial hardship. All right, so I will leave you with that, dear Aquarius. Good luck. Talk to you soon. Namaste. Hello, dear Pisces, and welcome to Divine Debut. This is Kathy speaking. Thank you so much for being here. Let's see what's going on with this lunar eclipse that's happening in the sign of Scorpio and Taurus. I should say the lunar eclipse, the full moon, is happening in the sign of Taurus, but Scorpio is on the same axis, right opposite Taurus. So it's the axis Taurus Scorpio. So wow, we've got rebirth and judgment for Pisces. Now, dear Pisces, for you, this eclipse, this full moon is culminating and completing, will give you some sort of clarity that something concerning your third house, so siblings, neighbors, cousins, your close-knit environment, short distance travel, communication, that's where something is completing. And it's connected also, it's also connected to education, primary education. It's in opposition to ninth house, which does speak to higher education. So there's a lot to do with lessons being learned. So the student and the teacher, when they say that when the student is ready, the teacher shows up, it also has got to do with your philosophies, with other cultures, far distant lands. What's going on? So we've got rebirth, a judgment call, a moment of crisis here. You're hoping from help from spirit. Remember that this is Archangel Michael saying it's time to resurrect, a second chance, and let bygones be bygones. Let what has gone awry, what you've lost, let it go. It's a time to change your focus. There's new love, there's new offers coming through. We've got the Prince of Cups here. Some of you may think that someone that you've lost from the past is not coming back, but there's going to be a rebirth. They could be in a position of needing to make a choice. A choice to do with the past and the future. I mean, as you can see here, this person here is focusing on the past. He's not looking behind him, which is more towards the future. There is an offer on the table here, and this could be, you could be relating to a Scorpio. Scorpio is very prominent here. It could be any other water sign, I suppose. And we've got the King of Pentacles, so this is Taurus, Scorpio. Could be an earth sign, could be someone that's got strong water in their chart. Let's see, because the King of Pentacles is someone that's very slow to decide. King of Pentacles could be a father. King of Pentacles would be someone who maybe has taught you, or maybe you're teaching them to be able to change. I mean, King of Pentacles is fixed. It's fixed. Earth signs are quite stable, so change doesn't come very easy, especially for a Taurus. We do have Scorpio, Taurus here, so rebirth is Pluto. So this could be talking about finances as well. So a second chance at another job. There's a new cycle beginning for you. We've got the Fool card, which is someone that's ready to take a risk, start a new cycle. Someone that's ready to go on a journey, leave the past in the past, get themselves unstuck, sort of get ready to do things differently. And this could be also change where work and finances is concerned as well. Some of you may be needing to travel. This could also be an offer for a meeting with someone from your past, dear Pisces. Remember, something is culminating in your environment. So we're talking about distance, far distant countries, other places, other religions. This does speak to your philosophies as well. So, maybe even having difficulty in deciding what you're going to do. So, some of you are ready to travel the world. You're ready to leave a situation, something that was very familiar, a place, a neighborhood where you felt very comfortable, very certain. It's as though you're wanting to try something new. I do see a lot of water here, a lot of emotions. It's going to be a very emotional time. And we've got the Queen of Cups and the King of Pentacles. If this is a love relationship, Queen of Cups has been trusting her intuition. She was very open to love, very open. Either, I do feel some of you that have been open to love emotionally have been teaching someone that there's more to life than their financial security, and they could be coming through as the Knight of Cups. This King of Cups could be someone that's quite stable financially, someone who's been through some lessons in their life. Obviously, he could be a father as well, but where love is concerned, they're coming through as the Prince of Cups, the Knight of Cups. So someone not very certain, someone who usually wears a suit of armor. They've been hurt in the past, and it looks like they're ready to take that leap of faith. This could also be a physical meeting. Someone's taking a journey. All right, so looks like you are closing some door to do with the past, or something was when you expected something to be celebrated, it did not happen in the past. Now this eclipse is revisiting back in 2002, where we had the same sort of eclipse. So it's like we're revisiting that time, where maybe someone was not ready, not mature enough to provide you with security. King of Pentacles is now someone who's experienced. So this could be someone that's coming back from the past. Remember, there are two cups here behind him, facing the future. He's holding the third cup, which could be a second chance spirit, with the help of spirit, a second chance to relive this, to relight that fire. Okay, so dear Pisces, I will leave you with that. I'm wishing you well, wishing you luck. Talk to you soon. Ta-da. Hello, dear Aries. Thank you so much for joining me here. This is your lunar eclipse, full moon in Taurus, on the axis Taurus-Scorpio, which will be affecting your money areas, the areas of money, what you own, what comes through from other sources, from other people. So something is ending concerning your values, or the area of what you own, what makes you feel comfortable, what is your property. And remember that also this does speak to maybe even a deep physical connection, sexual connection. Are you on the same values? Because the 8th house, which Scorpio is transiting through, and Mars, your ruling planet, is there, could be saying that this is a deep, intimate connection, but do you share the same values? Or is money an issue in this connection? Let's see for Aries, what's going on? We have the Prince of Swords, the Knight of Swords. So someone quite intelligent We've got the King of Cups, Scorpio logically, and we've got the King of Swords. Ooh, I see quite a few suitors here, dear Aries. We've got the King of Cups, which would be Scorpio. We've got Aquarius energies. These are in square. I mean, Scorpio and Aquarius are in square to each other, so they can be adversaries. We've got the Eight of Swords, so the general energy does speak to feeling imprisoned, or this is your perception of feeling trapped. Now we've got a King of Cups here. Prince of Swords turns into the King of Swords, and we've got the King of Cups here, which is smack bang in the middle. So I don't know if some of you have got any air in your chart. We've got a lot of air, so I suppose it's not only Aquarius, it could be Gemini, it could be Libra as well. Some of the signs here. Eight of Swords is feeling trapped by a perception, maybe difficult words, maybe truths not told. Someone's trying to hold you in a bit of a trap here. You could be using your intelligence, your mind, your sharp mind, trying to outsmart someone, or this is oh my God, the Hanging Man, dear Pisces. We are talking about deception here. We are talking about more than likely some sort of an ending. I feel that some of you could be ending with someone that was not truthful with you, someone that kept you bound and imprisoned. Now, it could have been a Piscean person. Maybe it was your beliefs as well. For some of you, this could also be a same-sex relationship here. But I do see the Hanging Man, which does can speak to a feeling of, you know, holding on and waiting. Waiting and waiting. Waiting for what? Waiting for what? Waiting for information, communication. Waiting for communication. We've got two kings here. One that shows their emotions. The other one is totally detached. So I feel that this would be two different people here. So I suppose this King of Cups could be a Piscean person. But I feel for most of you, the Piscean energy is yours. This would be more Scorpio. And remember that the area of Scorpio, as the sun is transiting through Scorpio, this is shining the light for you on that full moon. So what is ending? Remember that this could also relate to money matters, your values, what you own, your property. I think that I need to take a couple more cards to get a little bit more clarity. What is this King of Cups about, please, Spirit? Who's this King of Cups? Oh my God, the Hanging Man. This is a Piscean individual, 100%. Or this is your energy, where you're dealing with someone that is very detached, someone that's very just calculative, someone that could be playing with your emotions, having you waiting forever. I mean, you could be the King of Cups for all we know. Or some of you have forever been waiting for this King of Cups, this romantic offer. Maybe you are dealing with someone where your values clash. Your values are just not on the same page. So you could be on another level, cutting away someone that... some of you are cutting away someone that's just kept you in limbo forever and using your mind, getting detached yourself, or you're cutting away someone that's just very aloof, very detached, someone that could be just never showing their emotional side. We'll see. And we've got the Eight of Wands. I mean, the Eight of Wands could be love messages. So someone showing up as passionate. Fire and air is passion, but it can be explosive. This could also be someone that you're communicating with through social media. And we've got Temperance. So yes, it could be someone that could come from a different area of the world. some of you have been, I feel, working really hard to find the middle ground or find balance or heal from any hardships concerning an air sign here. Now again, this could also speak to your money matters. So, you know, who is it that you can trust here? I mean, the Knight of Swords is of great intelligence, but with the Temperance card, which is saying, you know, Spirit is saying you will come into balance and harmony, but it takes time. You will have the clarity of whatever's sort of, and what I feel here, this could also speak to, because, you know, this lunar eclipse is also happening in your house of your 5 senses, so your physical body. I'm just wondering if some of you have been having psychological, emotional issues, stress, anxiety, feeling imprisoned, putting yourself in a prison. And some of you may be getting ready to see someone who is a professional here, maybe getting ready to communicate. And, you know, this doesn't have to be only someone who is a professional. This could also be a friend of yours that is there that will help release some of, I don't know, your anxiety, your stress, your worries, your fears. I mean, Pisces, remember that Pisces does speak to our psychosis, our psychological state. And Pisces can also speak to a sense of imprisonment, hospitals, mental asylums. So I'm going to say, if, dear Pisces, if you are having issues, did I say Pisces? I'm sorry, I meant Aries. If you're having issues to do with fears, anxiety, and you're needing to release some stress, either meditate, have a glass of wine. Don't have 2 or 3. Have a glass of wine. Become that King of Cups. Release the angst. Release the fear. Know that Spirit has your back. Now, the 8 of Wands is sort of getting unstuck. Things are going to pick up. Okay? If you've been waiting on news is coming through. There will be communication if you've had a fight with an air sign, and you've been in an emotional hold-up, waiting for someone forever. Okay, it looks like your arms, you will be set free. This King of Swords with his sword is cutting away at those, you know, you being bound. I do feel that this is someone very important in your life that's coming through with lots of messages. Lots of messages of desire, of let's do this, let's go there, let's travel there, let's. I feel that there is an offer here. Now this can be also, it could be a friend, it could be someone that you know, and it could be someone that's ready to speak their truth. Maybe speaking their truth about their imprisonment. So it will be different for each of you, dear Aries. Oh, my goodness, it was the hardest reading for you guys. That's why I took more cards. I was dumbfounded a little bit in relation to your reading. I would appreciate if you could comment and tell me sort of what's going on. Who are these 3 characters here? And we've got the Page of Cups here as well. The Page of Cups could be a child. This could also have to do with something concerning a child or a sacrifice, someone that you've sacrificed a lot for, a child that's having psychological issues, or they feel imprisoned for whatever reason. We could be talking about matters of law as well. So it is saying that you could be dealing with a karmic chapter that you are ending. You're cutting away, you're being released. Someone's being released here from this hold-up. All right, Aries, and I will leave you with that. I do hope it resonates. Thank you so much. All right, everyone. Now, I just wanted to talk to my patrons. Those of you that are on Patreon, I've just uploaded. Another reading where I go into all the signs all the signs into the, what's going on with this, with the astrology, what's playing out with this lunar eclipse for each sun and rising sign. So I've done it separately this month. Remember, I promised you that I did the collective lunar eclipse astrology analysis, for this eclipse, but I said I would do it differently this time and just go into each sign because it is an eclipse. It's very important. So you can, those of you that are on Patreon, obviously you will enjoy it. If you're on tier 2 and 3, you get to see it. I did the collective reading for tier 1 as well. Those of you that are only on tier 1, because it was a lunar eclipse, I thought to give it to all of you, but going into the individual signs, tier 2 and tier 3, they get that because they're higher tiers. They support me more, so therefore they get more. Now, do join us on Patreon if you are interested. We do a lot on Patreon, and I want to thank you all for your support. Those who are already on Patreon as well. We'll be analyzing particular charts. We're looking at that in the near future. We'll be looking at the goddesses that I've promised I will do, the asteroids and what they mean. So those of you that live and breathe astrology, because Patreon with Divine Debut 11 is more on astrology than it is on tarot. Tarot is more the extended readings that tier 1 gets, right? And I'm looking to doing a few more tarot readings for the bigger tiers, for tier 2 and tier 3, all depending on time, of course. Now, those who are not on Patreon and just want to purchase this lunar eclipse for each sign, you can purchase that through the link beneath this video, through my website. You can purchase it through there, and you'll notice on my extended reading tab on my website, there are many videos that I upload there that if you're not on Patreon, you can purchase whichever reading you want. Okay, it's a one-off purchase, but really in actual fact, it pays you to be on Patreon. You get so much more for so much less money. So again, it's up to you. I also give you the option for a yearly membership on Patreon, and I've got 2 people that have joined, and I'm thinking of giving extra benefits to those who pledge the year membership. I think that they deserve something more. So we've got 2 people. I'm waiting for a few more, and I'm going to start doing a bit more for those that are with me for the year moving forward. All right, so I will leave you with that. We're in the eclipse times already. I've got so much. There's so much on my YouTube channel and so much on Patreon. I do hope that you appreciate the love that is shared by me. The least you can do is comment, like, share, and subscribe on my channel. If not, supporting me through Patreon. Those of you that want to just, you can always just send a gift through anything that you feel I deserve and that you want to give. That's the exchange of energy. You can donate $1, $2, doesn't really matter. It's the love that is shared, and that's how the energy flows between you and between me. So every little good deed comes right back to us. Do not forget that. All right, everyone. So tough energies, not an easy eclipse. Do check out Patreon. We go into all the finest details of what this lunar eclipse is. It's on our goal, which is the head of Medusa, the serpent, which loses. Medusa was beautiful, and she was punished, and she was turned into someone very ugly, a beast with lots of snakes in her hair. But her head was cut away, cut off, because everyone who would look at her would turn into stone. So this is back in mythology. You can always Google it. If you're not with us on Patreon, Google Medusa and see what the mythology speaks of. That's where the full moon, lunar eclipse in Taurus, that's where it will be on Algol, which is the head of the serpent, someone who's in a position of power, who is all about poison, and so much more that I could be telling you, but I cannot be talking too long anymore. The video will get too long. So yes, love and light to all of you, my dear ones that connect with me each and every day. Thank you so much. Love and light. Ta-da.